With July now over, I thought it was a good idea to just sort of survey the state of where everything's at right now, and then just sort of make notes as to ideas that might be interesting to tackle in the future. So the big idea, the concept for July was acceleration. Accelerating ideas that I thought I was sitting on for far too long, and just sort of get things moving, progressing. And the big item on that list was the PC upgrade. That whole process came, got started, and sort of went, we're in the transitionary period right now, a lot faster than I thought it was. And so now, in the transitionary period, I'm just sort of making a mess to make room for the new stuff, and then organizing the mess so that it's either smaller or it has an appropriate place on the shelf. And then the tail end of July was just sort of filling up, you know, the necessary things to be where they are. For example, software. So OBS Studio, DaVinci Resolve is a new tool that I haven't, but that's going to replace Sony Vegas now, I think. Blender where it should be, yada yada yada. And so today, August 1st, I was, you know, monkeying around trying to see what else I need to add to the workhorse. And you know, we've got Epic Games and Unreal Engine on there. We've got Unity. We've got Steam for things like Substance Painter. So I was just like, what else do I need to do? And on Twitter, I saw someone that was messing with mocap situations. Well, they were using Vive trackers, but in Blender. And so that really inspired me to break out the slime package that I got and, you know, finally open that up and get that process started. And so with everything laid out here, it's really tempting to just sort of start throwing everything together and then strapping it onto, you know, my limbs and stuff, but it needs the whole software end of it to still be set up. And I hit a slight paranoia roadblock at that point because it does need internet access in some manner. And I'm sort of at a crossroads right now. I'm at a hesitation point where I don't know if I want it to access the house's Wi-Fi directly or if I want to turn my PC into a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. So I think I'm gonna just sit on this right now because I don't really need to do anything in Blender that requires mocap just yet. It would have been a nice thing to play with at the end of today, but there's still some stuff on the floor that I have to clean up and find a place for. There's a little pile right here that's, I'm pretty determined that that's garbage. There's like 1 or 2 boxes that have information written on them that I might need in the future. So I still have to do some soul searching to figure out if that's necessary or not. But otherwise, other than that, there's like the results of like 2 years of 3D printing, and I don't really know what to do with that yet because it's not exactly recyclable, but it seems depressing to just throw it in the trash as well. So that requires me to be less distracted to do that research. Because every time that I've tried to do research on what is recyclable and what is not recyclable, either the goalposts change and the definitions change as to what is and what is not recyclable. And I also tend to get kind of distracted and I end up focusing on something different. So the further that I move away from the cleanup phase of the new PC upgrade, then I can phase more into the research and development, I guess the R&D section of the little silly situation that I have going on here. So more research on these things, how they're implemented and how to use them later on, and how they are best used. And then more research on how to dispose of these things, because I do want to do more 3D prints, but for every fail that I have, you know, it's just a big clump of thing that I don't know what to do with. And then taking all of that and applying that to streaming, or maybe I'll do something more on level 3. So actual kind of, not tutorial stuff, but actual content. So yeah, all right, August 1st, road mapping.